Hi guys, welcome back. It is finally the countdown to Halloween. I know you're excited because I'm freaking excited. So today we're gonna jump in with a basic, easy look. It is the witch look. I'm gonna do something a little different. Obviously there's many ways to do this. I'm gonna go for your classic green witch though. So basically I went to Party City I bought some of their like generic grease makeup just because I didn't want to use a whole bunch of green makeup like eyeshadows for my face. Apparently it's also easier to get off. So I started with a beauty sponge. I also got this green grease makeup. Super simple, honestly. It was cheap too. It was like $1.99, so that's awesome. Then for my lips, I want to do a black lip, so I got some of that little Halloween makeup as well, and that was $1.99 as well. So the most expensive thing I probably bought was the beauty sponge. It was probably the most expensive thing. It's just your regular beauty sponge. I got it because I don't want to fill all of my brushes and stuff with greasy green fake makeup, you know? Plus, I'm not sure how well it's gonna come off of my brushes, so I don't really wanna do that. So basically, what we're gonna do first is cover my entire face with green. That simple. I'm gonna show you guys really easy ways to get everything done. It's gonna be super fast, so watch me zoom through this. Lightly dampening my sponge, and we dig in. We see how this stuff comes off, because I'm not sure. It's not looking like it's coming off at all, so let's really dig it in there. And there we go. I know it looks ridiculous that I'm just patting my face, but it's seeming like that's the best way to get this grease makeup to not wipe away as you do this motion. So that's what I'm doing. We're basically done. I think I'm just gonna add a little more green in here and we're good. Of course, I hate hairlines, but you know, it's Halloween. This might be the best I can do in terms of that. So now that we're done with this, I'm basically going to treat it exactly like real makeup in the sense of I am going to contour. I'm going to show you how to make it look a little glam. I like that I'm green. It's actually pretty cool. So basically, what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna use this Marc Jacobs highlighter again. It is, again, the Spotlight Glow Stick. It is in 700 color. It works like a deodorant, goes up, goes down. All right, the reason I'm using a cream is because this is waxy. So I'm thinking I can blend it pretty well. So using the same brush, using the same sponge, I'm going to actually pat that in because I want it to be a little green, obviously, and I also want the highlight effect. So let's get in there and blend some of this ish. So again, doing my triangle shape. Again, just patting because I don't want to remove any green from my face. And now we have a nice glow. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. Alrighty, so now that that is done, I might show you a little in some brighter light what that looked like. We basically have the shine going. We have a nice highlight, even though I'm green. I'm going to be a glam glow kind of witch, so I hope y'all ready for that. So you can see I have the shine. The green coverage isn't great. I am going to say that, but that is something I'm going to fix, so don't worry about that. And my lips are going to be black, so I'm actually gonna do that probably last or so, just so that I can focus on those and really make them look amazing. We're basically gonna go in, and I think we're going to kind of touch up some of this green. So I actually have some eyeshadow palettes that would look decent with this. This is the Just My Luck palette by Colourpop. I think we're going to go in, with 50-50, which is this one to you. We are going to fill in, I think we're just gonna go in and fill my eyes with it a little bit, just to make sure that I'm looking the right color. All right. Force that green. It's a little harder to sweep stuff around because of this grease makeup, so I suggest making very calculated patting motions and sticking that way. All right. Again with the 50-50. So that's that. I'm going to clean off my brush just a little bit because it does have some nice green in there. I like the darkness of this green. I want this green to have more dimension. Quick note to self, don't touch your face. That is probably going to be the hardest thing about wearing Halloween makeup this season, is not touching my face. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, we are going to create a highlight now. What brush am I going to use? Not quite sure. I guess I'm gonna try to use this. This is a big brush for highlight, for a contour. But I don't really wanna get any of my other brushes dipped in black. If you've seen my past videos, you know how I feel about black, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do the damn thing. So I'm putting a little bit of black on here. Honestly, not much. I'm gonna start up here and do it very, very, very lightly to create the contour that I'm looking for. The nice thing about this cream stuff is I can basically just wipe away everything that I did, which is kind of annoying and nice. Okay. Ugh, this stuff's annoying. All right. We're gonna do that a different way. So basically the way that we're gonna do this, creating this contour, is we're gonna use a palette brush. I want to use as little of that black as possible, so I'm actually going to rub off some of it on my skin. Just a little bit, because I don't want it to be too intense. So we are creating my contour the same way I would before. Blending this is going to be interesting, but at the same time, it is Halloween. No one's staring too hard. If anything, to create more of a blended look, I'm gonna go into just my Luck palette and probably use Kiss My Ass to go right above and blend a little bit. Let's go back into the black ever so slightly and create this dark, dirty look we got going on here. All right, so this is where I'm gonna go back in with my big brush. And honestly, I'm just gonna smooth that all out. Just so it doesn't look crazy, you know? No matter what though, this is what it's meant for. It's meant to look crazy. It's Halloween. Welcome. Welcome to the tutorials. Not liking how high this went, but we can fix that. So, going back in with the black for the other side. See me doing a little touch up right now. The nice thing about this grease makeup, if you're a beginner and don't really do contour that often, is you can just wipe this stuff off. It's super easy. You will be green everywhere. I'm gonna warn you now. But basically, that's okay. So we're gonna go back in here with this black and create a little bit of a smoother line on this side. Wasn't digging this one too much. Went a little too high. And now what I'm doing with this brush is that I am blending. I'm pulling this down a little bit. I am creating less of a harsh line. It's almost like buffing it out a little bit. So, how are we feeling about that? Not quite done. I will finish this up and then we'll move on to the next step. Tapping my green back in underneath just to get better coverage. That's the one thing I do not like about this, again, is the coverage. Maybe you should go with the actual like paints. I'm sure that those will feel a lot drier on the skin though, so I do warn you that if you're going to use those paints, maybe do a little bit of moisturizing before, because that will be a little rough. I promise you that. All right, just gonna fix in here a little bit too. I really want my bright's bright and my dark's dark. So now that I know where my contour is going to be a little bit better, I'm going to actually fill this in. And you know I don't use a lot of highlighter, but girl, it's Halloween. It's Halloween. This is the time to use a lot of makeup. This is the time to really make it glow, you know? All right. So now that we are glowing in the places I want to glow, and we're going to add a little contour to up here, and we will be ready to go, mate. So basically, I want this to follow exactly the way it would follow normally. I want it to get gradually darker. I don't want to do some crazy stuff here. I did the other side a bit. Not loving the other side, but I think I can buff that all out again with this. And I got a little brush hair. All right, awesome. So this is basically what I'm kind of gonna leave my contour as. I would normally do under my jawline, but for now, we're leaving it like so. Pretty sure. Awesome. So, another tip, or just something to say, that this grease makeup will make your brushes very greasy, and you will have to actually clean them with brush cleaner that lifts grease, because mine is getting greasy. But that's okay, because we're just gonna keep going into the grease. All right, perfect. So next, we are going to work on my eyeshadow. Then we're gonna do the lips. We're gonna do my eyebrows real quick. And that'll be about the finished look. So we're gonna go back in with this black. And the scary thing about black is that once you put it there, it tends to stay there. So we're actually going to try to build this up slowly. So in doing that, we're going to grab, my crease brush. Again, Moda Pro, awesome. It has a nice crease shape if you look. So we're going to lightly dab that into the black. If you look, I barely have any black on there. I promise you it'll still come off everywhere. So let's just go in this crease and let's build it slowly. All right, and then we're going to build potently on the end corner of my eye. We want this part to be dark. Dark, 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 dark. Brushing a little bit of that black off of my brush. I'm gonna go in and kind of just blend a little more. I still have black on my brush though, so I am adding a bit more black. But I mainly just want it to be dark in this area of my face, right there. I might even add a little more to the end. Because as black as you can get that, the better, because you want it to look a lot different than your contour over here. So, let's do it again. On this side. Halloween though, so we don't have to worry about looking too neat here, honestly. You just want the look to come across. Now to differentiate between here and there, I'm actually gonna go back into the Just My Look palette, and we're gonna use Chances Are, which is this super light guy over here. So it's still green, so it'll still match what my skin looks like, but it's going to create a space between my eyebrow and my black shadow. See what we're saying here? This, chances are, is actually very close to the color that my skin should be, or I would like it to be. So I'm actually going to drag that along a little bit. Drag it above to create that eyebrow definition. And then we're going to do our eyebrows after this. So, now that we have that green laid on there, I actually want to go in to some areas that I feel like are not as green and fill that in, because I'm not digging the coverage of this green. So I'm actually putting this, chances are, all over this brush, and I'm going to sweep it in here to make it a little greener. This green out a lot, to be honest with you. So yes, I have a decent amount of makeup on my face, I'm not gonna lie. I am putting this green on top of the highlighter. It is okay, it will still show through, don't you worry. But yes, I'm adding a dose more of this green because this green seems to be exactly what I'm looking for. Going to sweep it down the sides of my neck a little bit. All right, I am seeing a discrepancy between the black on this side and the black on this side, so I am gonna actually go in with that detail brush and darken the crease a bit more. You want this dark, ladies and gents. I don't discriminate. I'm sure there's plenty of guys who want to see how this is done as well. Glam witches can be boys or girls. I guess you'd be a glam wizard, but you know, it's all good. You could be a glam witch if you want to be. I don't hate at all. I totally support whatever you want to do. Be whoever you want to be. Just don't try to be me, because that's taken. Alright, so here we are. This is looking darker. It's looking more potent to me. It's looking a little more fierce, which is what I am going for. All right. And blending. Alrighty, so here we are. With the way I want this look to finally come out, I'm going to need to go in with my blender brush, my shade brush, whatever you want to call it, and kind of shade this out a bit. All right, awesome. So, I'll show you what this looks like in light so you can really get the full effect of the colors. I hope you guys like it so far, because I'm digging it. We're basically going to go ahead, do my eyebrows so those actually pop, because as of right now, they do not. All right. So, where we at though? Where we at? Okay, so we're gonna use this eyebrow brush. It is slanted. We're actually gonna go in with black because of the fact that my whole face is green and this is a witch's look. So basically when you do it with an eyebrow brush, we're going to trace the shape that you want your eyebrow to be. You're gonna do it on the bottom first. This is the way I think is easiest, the way to make it look the most natural and not crazy. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Perfect. So now, taking off a tiny bit of that black, we're basically just going to take this and sweep it upward. Take that line and sweep it up. Trying to finish your brush stroke exactly where you want the eyebrow to finish. If you don't, it will go higher, and then you'll probably start getting aggravated, and that's not the point. Halloween makeup's supposed to be fun, guys. It's supposed to be a good time. So, I'm digging the dark look because of the fact that it's Halloween. Otherwise, not so much. You definitely want to use this angle, bigger side towards the end and thickest part of your eyebrow. So we're just going to do the same thing to the other eye. You could make your eyebrows a little archier to give the witch a little more of a mean look. So by doing that, you just reach this corner of your the corner of your eyebrow, and you almost define it and create it more angled. A lot of what makeup is basically just drawing what you want people to see. If you want it to appear that you have a crazy angle in your eyes, in your eyebrows, then you just create it. Hence what I'm doing now. Now I'm just tracing the top a little bit to give it that finished look. I did screw within here a little bit, so I'm gonna go back and green that up. I'm just gonna finish my eyebrow not as low. All right, I'm actually gonna go back in and just fix that with the Chances Are again, and kinda fix what I just did. Chances are that fixed it. All right, and then finally I'm going to just fix up that little part of the black eyeshadow that I wiped away. Awesome. So, I'm gonna go find my blender brush again. Could even use this blending brush. And kind of buff that out a bit. All right, awesome. So, now that we're looking almost done with that stuff, we're going to do my mascara. I highly suggest getting some big Blau eyelashes for this, just because it's such a dark look already. Those would really pop, but I didn't want to spend more money on something that's not my Halloween costume because, spoiler alert, I'm not going to be a witch for Halloween, but y'all might, so I'm helping y'all out. All right. I'm actually going to use a purple to create some contrast. We'll do a little bit of a purple. This is the big Colossal purple. I'm going to use this purple as like an undertone almost, and then I'm going to black. The black that I use isn't too strong, so hopefully it will allow the purple to come through a little bit. If not, it is what it is. All right, perfect. So we'll go over with this black. And then we just have to put black lipstick on, and honestly, we're like just about done. For the inner part of my lid, I know some of you are probably looking at my tear ducts like, girl, you can tell you skin tone underneath. Don't worry, I have the Smashbox Always On Gel Liner. This is a Nymph. It's basically in a purple color. I think this will look really good against the green, and it will kind of cover my tear ducts and not look as crazy. Since I did that, I'm actually thinking that I go in with that angled brush that I did my eyebrows with, and I do a little black underneath just to make it more unified. So we're gonna go right underneath here with some black. My finger mark, which is why I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of this cream gel stuff because it's blowing mine a little bit. My brush is also shedding all over me. I guess that's not a horrible look for like a hairy, gross witch. That wasn't exactly what I was going for, so let's get this stuff off. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna do the same thing to the other eye, and then we're gonna put a little black lipstick on, and we're done. Dark purple because it's just gonna give it a little more interest. So this is actually a MAC lipstick. It is called Model Behavior. Super cute, awesome. It has some like bluish undertones too. So what I'm gonna do with this is make it a little more dynamic than just that, because I actually think this is pretty, but not quite dark enough. We are going to use these Halloween black marker things. And we're going to fill in the corners of my lips. Right in here. To create almost an ombre look. I gotta be careful talking and doing this. Because boy, do I think that looks cooler. Yeah. That's it, guys. That is it. That is the look. Yes, I'm loving it. I am a fan of that little crayon thing. I did not think I would be. So, natural light, here I am. Look at it. What I'm actually gonna do for you guys is I'm going to take my hair down, because if I were really rocking this, I can make it a little zany and crazy. I would have my hair down. I would look like a Halloween mess. Alrighty. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you come back to see the rest of our Halloween looks. We have, I'll just tell you one. The next one is a mermaid look, so it's very whimsical, it's very feminine, it's very bright. I can't wait for y'all to see it. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.